Welcome back to Mikook Update, the place where we bring you the latest BTS moments, especially the unforgettable interactions between Jimin and Jungkook that keep a RMY talking. Today we have another big update from the BTS ARIRANG World Tour, because after 2 intense nights in Baltimore, the members are moving on to their next destination, Texas. And somehow, even while BTS is traveling as 7 members, Jimin and Jungkook once again managed to become one of the biggest talking points among fans. But here is the interesting part. Fans are once again reacting to the way Jimin and Jungkook seem to find each other in the middle of everything. Their interactions have become so noticeable that some fans jokingly describe the other members as looking annoyed or like they are tired of being caught in the middle of another Jimin and Jungkook moment. Of course, that does not mean RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, or V are actually angry with them. That part comes from Playful fandom reactions, jokes, edits, and fan interpretations, not a confirmed statement from BTS. And there is something else you definitely want to stay until the end for. We are going to break down why the Baltimore to Texas transition has a RMY watching Jimin and Jungkook even more closely, what fans are saying about their latest interactions, why the timing of their travel has become a major topic, and why the next 2 Arlington shows could create even more Mikook moments. So if you love Jimin and Jungkook, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to Mikook Update, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next update. Now, let's get into what is happening. The BTS ARIRANG World Tour has entered another major stretch of its North American schedule. After performances in New Jersey and Foxborough, BTS arrived in Baltimore for 2 shows at M&T Bank Stadium on August 10 and August 11. The next scheduled U.S. stop is Arlington, Texas, where BTS is set to perform at A&T Stadium on August 15 and August 16. That means the Baltimore chapter is now over, and the attention has quickly shifted toward Texas. For RMY, however, the story is not simply about one city ending and another beginning. The journey between tour stops has become part of the experience itself. Whenever BTS finishes a concert, fans immediately begin watching for airport appearances, travel updates, behind-the-scenes content, official photographs, and social media posts. And whenever Jimin and Jungkook appear in the same frame, the fandom conversation can change almost instantly. This is especially true during a large-scale world tour. There are thousands of people following the tour in real time. Fans track locations, concert schedules, official updates, fan posts, and every new piece of content released by BTS or their team. A simple interaction between 2 members can quickly become a trending discussion. That is exactly why this latest Baltimore to Texas transition is attracting so much attention. Jimin and Jungkook have long been 2 of the members whose interactions receive enormous attention from fans. During concerts, rehearsals, backstage content, and casual group moments, fans often focus on their chemistry, their playful behavior, and the way they communicate with one another. But it is important to separate what is actually visible from what fans interpret. If a camera captures Jimin and Jungkook standing together, laughing together, talking, or interacting during a group schedule, those are observable moments. If fans then say they look inseparable, they are always together, or the other members look annoyed, those are fandom reactions. That distinction matters. There is no verified information showing that RM or the other BTS members are genuinely irritated with Jimin and Jungkook because of their interactions. The idea that the members are annoyed is better understood as a playful fandom narrative based on the group's long-running humor and the way ARMYs react to member interactions. And honestly, that is part of what makes BTS fandom culture so entertaining. A RMY often turns harmless moments into running jokes. One member looks at another member, and suddenly fans create an entire story around it. Someone sits next to someone else, and the fandom starts laughing. 2 members appear to be talking privately, and suddenly thousands of comments appear asking what they were discussing. Jimin and Jungkook have especially become a favorite subject for this kind of playful commentary because fans recognize their long history together. They train together, they debut together, they have spent years performing on the same stages, they have traveled around the world together. They have shared countless behind-the-scenes moments, so when fans notice another interaction during the ARIRANG era, it naturally feels familiar. And after Baltimore, the attention is now moving toward Texas. The timing is particularly exciting because Arlington is not just another stop on the tour. It is the next major U.S. destination after Baltimore, and the schedule gives fans a very short window between the 2 cities. That creates an intense atmosphere online because fans know that the members have to transition from one performance environment to another very quickly. The current tour schedule lists Arlington for August 15 and August 16 at A&T Stadium. For RMY, that means there is almost no time to relax. Baltimore ends, Texas begins, and in between those 2 moments, fans are watching everything. This is where the latest Jimin and Jungkook discussion becomes interesting. Whenever BTS is traveling, fans naturally want to know what the members are doing, how they are preparing, and what might happen at the next concert. But Mikook fans are watching for something more specific. Will Jimin and Jungkook interact again in Texas? Will they tease each other during the concert? Will one of them approach the other during a performance? Will they share another funny backstage moment? Or will the Arlington shows give fans an entirely unexpected interaction? Nobody can know in advance. And that uncertainty is exactly what makes live concerts so exciting. One thing we can say with confidence is that Jimin and Jungkook have repeatedly shown that their interactions can become major fandom talking points. That does not mean every interaction is planned. It does not mean HYBE is secretly creating moments for them. And it does not mean every viral clip has a hidden meaning. Sometimes a moment becomes popular simply because fans enjoy seeing two familiar members being comfortable around each other. That is especially important when discussing claims about strategy. Fans sometimes wonder whether certain interactions are deliberately highlighted because they generate engagement. It is understandable why people ask that question. BTS is one of the world's biggest music groups, and every concert produces an enormous amount of social media content. A moment that receives millions of views can become part of the wider online conversation almost instantly. But without an official statement from BTS or HYBE, it would be irresponsible to claim that a specific Jimin and Jungkook interaction was deliberately manufactured for publicity. What we can analyze is the reaction, and the reaction has been enormous. Fans have been creating edits, sharing clips, posting screenshots, and joking about the other members supposedly being done with Jimin and Jungkook. The funniest part is that the annoyed members' narrative has become a fandom joke rather than a serious accusation. RM, Jin, Suga, J-Hope, and V are often part of the same playful dynamic. BTS has always had a group chemistry where members tease each other, interrupt each other, make jokes, and react dramatically to one another. That is why fans sometimes interpret an exaggerated facial expression as comedy. One member looks away, another member laughs, someone appears shocked, and suddenly a RMY creates a meme. That is fandom culture. It does not necessarily represent what the members actually feel privately. And that brings us back to Jimin and Jungkook. What makes their interactions so interesting to fans is not necessarily one particular gesture or one particular moment. It is the accumulation of years of shared history. When fans see them interact now, they are also remembering earlier eras of BTS. They remember young Jimin and Jungkook learning choreography together. They remember their early variety appearances. They remember concerts where they teased each other. They remember behind-the-scenes footage where their personalities came through. They remember the countless moments that helped fans understand their friendship over the years. So every new interaction carries that history with it. This is also why the ARIRANG World Tour is such an important era for BTS. The group has returned to massive stadium stages after a long period away from this kind of full group touring schedule. The scale of the tour has been enormous, with the US leg continuing through several major cities. Recent coverage has highlighted Baltimore, Arlington, Chicago, and Los Angeles among the remaining US stops. For fans, every city becomes its own chapter. New Jersey had its moments. Foxborough had its moments. Baltimore now has its own collection of unforgettable memories, and Arlington is waiting. That is why the transition from Baltimore to Texas feels bigger than simply moving from one stadium to another. It is the next opportunity, the next stage, the next set of fan interactions, the next possible viral clip, and potentially another Jimin and Jungkook moment. One thing that makes this particularly interesting is how quickly fan discussions can change during a tour. Before a concert, fans speculate about the setlist. During the concert, they react to performances. Immediately afterward, attention shifts to member interactions. Then come the photos, then the videos, then the edits, then the theories, and within hours, one small moment can dominate social media. This cycle has become a normal part of modern K-pop fandom. Jimin and Jungkook are particularly well suited to this environment because their interactions are often expressive and easy for fans to notice. A smile can become a viral clip. A joke can become a meme. A glance can inspire thousands of comments. But again, the safest approach is to enjoy the visible moment without turning speculation into fact. That is especially important when discussing claims that another BTS member is genuinely annoyed. Unless RM or another member directly says that they are irritated, fans should treat that idea as a joke. And honestly, the joke is probably funnier when everyone understands that it is a joke. It allows fans to enjoy the chaotic BTS group dynamic without creating unnecessary drama. Because at the end of the day, BTS is 7 members. Jimin and Jungkook may receive enormous attention from Mikook fans, but the group's chemistry comes from all 7 members interacting together. That is one reason BTS concerts are so special. There is always something happening. One member is talking, another is laughing, someone else is making a joke, someone is dancing. Someone is reacting from the side of the stage, and sometimes Jimin and Jungkook happen to create the moment that fans remember most. That does not diminish the contributions of the other members. It simply reflects how different parts of the fandom connect with different relationships and dynamics inside the group. As BTS prepares for Arlington, the biggest question for Mikook fans is simple. Will Texas give us another unforgettable Jimin and Jungkook moment? Nobody knows, and that is the exciting part. Maybe they will interact during the concert. Maybe they will joke around backstage. Maybe another unexpected clip will appear online, or maybe the focus will shift completely to another member. Anything can happen during a live BTS schedule, but one thing is certain, RMY will be watching. And if Jimin and Jungkook once again end up sharing a funny, sweet, or unexpected moment, the fandom will probably notice within seconds. That is the power of BTS's global fan community. A moment that lasts only a few seconds on stage can become a conversation that lasts for days. The Baltimore shows have now become part of the tour's history. Texas is next. And for Mikook fans, the countdown has officially begun. As we wait for the Arlington shows, remember that not every viral claim is confirmed information. Airport sightings, fan accounts, social media posts, and edited clips can sometimes provide only part of the story. Always check official BTS or HYBE sources when something is presented as an official announcement. But when it comes to enjoying the fandom side of things, there is nothing wrong with laughing at the memes, celebrating cute interactions, and enjoying the friendship between the members. And if the fandom wants to joke that RM and the other members are once again thinking, "Here they go again," then that can remain exactly what it is, a funny RMY joke. Because whether Jimin and Jungkook are standing next to each other, teasing each other, performing together, or simply sharing a quick smile, their interactions continue to capture attention. Now the question is whether Arlington will continue that streak. Baltimore gave a RMY 2 nights of memories. Texas is about to begin. And with BTS scheduled for August 15 and August 16 in Arlington, fans have another chance to witness the group together on a massive stadium stage. So keep your eyes open, keep your notifications on. And most importantly, keep the conversation respectful, because the next Mikook moment could happen when nobody expects it. And when it does, you already know what will happen. The clips will spread, the edits will appear, the comments will explode, and a RMY will once again be asking the same question: what did Jimin and Jungkook just do this time? That is the beauty of following BTS on a world tour. Every city has a new story, every concert creates new memories, and every interaction gives fans something new to talk about. Baltimore is finished. Texas is next, and the Mikook watch continues. Before you go, if you enjoyed this Mikook update, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to Mikook Update, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the latest Jimin and Jungkook news, concert moments, and BTS updates. And now we want to hear from you. What do you think about Jimin and Jungkook's latest moments during the Baltimore to Texas transition? Do you think Arlington could bring us another unforgettable Mikook moment? And what do you think about the fandom joke that RM and the other members were annoyed because Jimin and Jungkook were doing it again? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Remember, some of the reactions discussed in this video come from fans and social media discussions, so always separate confirmed information from fan interpretations and jokes. Thank you so much for watching Mikook Update and for being part of our growing community. Your likes, comments, and support help us continue bringing you the latest BTS and Mikook updates. Baltimore may be over, but the ARIRANG World